London, 1986. Picture this. It's lunchtime on a warm July day. In a small estate agency on Fulham Road, a young woman brushes her hair behind her ear, checks her reflection in the glass door, and tells her colleagues with a bright smile, "I'm off to meet Mr. Kipper." She picks up her car keys, steps into the sun, and vanishes. No screams, no struggle, no final phone call for help. Just one name left behind in a neat black diary, Mr. Kipper. For nearly 40 years, that name has drifted through yellowing police files, faded newspaper headlines, and the restless nightmares of a family desperate for answers. Who was Mr. Kipper? A real man? A fake name? Or a monster hiding in plain sight? Tonight, we pull back the layers of one of Britain's most chilling unsolved disappearances. And we ask, did the police have their man all along? Or did a ghost slip through London's cracks, never to be seen again? Suzy Lamplugh, 25, bright, ambitious. She'd just bought her own flat in Putney, loved her nights out with friends, her holidays, her wine, her laughter. She was the sort of young woman who turned heads on the high street. Confident, quick-witted, always moving, always planning her next step up the ladder. Her diary was her map through the maze of London's booming property scene. Viewings, clients, commission targets, names, numbers, appointments, scribbled in precise handwriting. So, when she penciled in a lunchtime meeting for 12:45 p.m., with Mr. Kipper, Charles Road, no one batted an eye. Just another client. Just another house to sell. Witnesses saw her around 12:40. Standing on the pavement, outside 37 Charles Road. A man was with her. Dark suit, dark hair, a look of polite confidence. She seemed calm. No sign of fear, no raised voices. Just a young estate agent doing her job in broad daylight. That image, Suzy, and the man on the pavement, was the last verified sighting of her alive. By nightfall, her white Ford Fiesta turned up, abandoned on a quiet street in Stevenage Road only a mile and a half away. Driver's door unlocked, keys missing. The seat pushed far back as if someone taller had driven it. Her purse left behind. No Suzy. She'd simply vanished. The Metropolitan Police launched one of the biggest missing person hunts Britain had ever seen. It was the summer of 1986, long before phone GPS, doorbell cameras, or digital footprints. So the search was old school and relentless, door to door, street by street. Divers dredged rivers, canals were dragged, railway sidings searched, old quarries turned over stone by stone, scrap yards, parks, wasteland. Nowhere was too unlikely they found nothing. No fingerprints, no blood, no torn clothing. Her car was parked carefully, almost respectfully, as if she just stepped away to post a letter and would be right back. But Suzy never came back. One clue flickered like a dying torch in the dark. A single name in a diary. Mr. Kipper. Say Mr. Kipper to anyone close to this case, family, detectives, reporters, and they'll tell you the same name, John Cannan. On the surface, Cannan looked harmless, polite, well-spoken, smart suits, good grooming. The kind of man who could charm his way into an office, a shop, a house. Underneath, he was a predator in tailored clothes. In 1987, just 1 year after Suzy disappeared, John Cannan kidnapped and murdered Shirley Banks, a young woman in Bristol. He dumped her body miles away, repainted her car, changed the plates, slipped into a new disguise. Cold, meticulous. He approached her as a customer, a harmless stranger. And when he struck, there were no second chances. When police dug deeper, they found a sick pattern. Cannan liked to target women at work, places where they couldn't easily say no. Estate agents, shop assistants, women working alone. He'd pose as a buyer, a smooth-talking customer. harmless on the surface. In July 1986, Cannan had just been released from a halfway house after serving time for violent offenses. He was supposed to stick to curfews. He was supposed to stay clean. But halfway houses are only as secure as their weakest lock. And Cannan was good at finding cracks. He was known to frequent Fulham, the same patch of London where Suzy worked. He liked to pose as a respectable businessman, well-dressed, persuasive, charming. Either way, that was the last time anyone saw Suzy Lamplugh alive. But here's the catch. The truth that's kept this case cold for nearly 4 decades. There's no DNA, no fingerprints, no confession, no body, just shadows, a nickname, and a young woman's empty car on a London street. And there's more. Some records say Cannan couldn't have slipped out that day. The halfway house had strict curfews. But rules mean nothing if no one's watching. So, is John Cannan the man who took Suzy Lamplugh off a London street in broad daylight? Or did the real Mr. Kipper slip through the cracks while police chased the wrong ghost? If it wasn't Cannan, who was it? Let's break it down, the way any old-school detective would. Scenario 1. The unknown predator. London in the 1980s was a city haunted by monsters. The Yorkshire Ripper's shadow still hung over every unsolved file. Women were warned to look over their shoulders, trust no stranger. Maybe Mr. Kipper was a copycat, a man who spotted Suzy's name on a for sale sign, phoned her office, invented the name on the spot. Maybe he'd watched her, followed her routine. He posed as a buyer, got her alone in an empty house, forced her into her own car. One clean kill, one ghost. Then he vanished back into the city's crowds. Just another face in the underground. Just another name nobody knew. Scenario 2. The obsessed client estate agents meet hundreds of people every month. Polite small talk, forced smiles, keys handed over to strangers. What if someone became obsessed? Fixated on Suzy's smile, her confidence, the way she moved. A client she barely remembered. A man who felt rejected, invisible. He books a fake viewing under a false name. Mr. Kipper. Waits for the right day, the right house, an empty street. A crime born from obsession. Planned for weeks, carried out in minutes. Scenario 3. The random opportunist. Some detectives believe the whole Mr. Kipper clue was a red herring. Maybe Suzy arrived at Shorrold's Road, felt uneasy, found no one there, turned to leave, and crossed paths with someone else entirely. A predator in the right place at the wrong time. Maybe he forced her back to the car. Maybe he climbed in beside her. A whisper of a threat, a blade hidden under a coat. But the way her car was found, seat pushed back, doors locked, parked neatly, doesn't scream chaos. It screams calculation. Whoever took Suzy knew how to vanish without leaving a trace. The cruelest truth is this. Suzy's body has never been found. No final resting place. No grave for her mother and father to sit by and say goodbye. No closure. Her mother, Diana Lamplugh, never stopped searching for the truth. She turned her grief into a mission, founding the Suzy Lamplugh Trust, a lifeline that still protects lone workers today. Estate agents, carers, taxi drivers, all a little safer because of one lost name in a diary. Cold cases are unforgiving things. There was no CCTV in 1986, no mobile phones tracking your every move, no DNA breakthroughs to test new samples every few years, just hard graft and the hope that one day a killer would slip up. But whoever Mr. Kipper was, he never did. John Cannan sits in prison for other horrors. His secret's locked away. If he knows what happened to Suzy Lamplugh, he's taking it with him when he goes. So here we are. A name scribbled in a diary. A car abandoned by the roadside. A young woman lost beneath London clay, or concrete, or a secret only one man ever truly knew. Somewhere, maybe beneath a car park or an old demolition site, Suzy Lamplugh waits to come home. And until someone breaks the silence, Mr. Kipper remains a ghost drifting through the darkest corners of London's past. Do you believe John Cannan was the killer? Or did Mr. Kipper slip away into the fog, never to be caught? If you want more chilling deep dives like this, hit subscribe and join us here at True Unexplained Mysteries HQ, where the shadows still whisper and the questions never sleep. Stay curious, stay cautious, and never stop asking who was Mr. Kipper? And what did he do to Suzy Lamplugh? Until next time.